Go back in time with me to 1986 when one of the greatest haircutting tools was invented, the Flowbee. I actually don't know if this is great. I have never used one of these, but I love the commercials.
This is the Flowbee.
The faces of the talent they used.
Then the second time around, you can actually start assembling your Flowbee.
So the Flowbee's been around for a minute, and to my surprise, they actually still make the Flowbee. For the low price of $265, you can too have a Flowbee. Not to brag or anything, but they don't pay me enough. They, as in the YouTube gods that be. They don't pay me enough to buy the new Flowbee, so we're going with a Flowbee from 1993. However, this was not cheap either, but shout out to Dean's Card Shop and Resale LLC for giving me a deal. They accepted my offer for $89. So sit back, relax, grab some water, tea, moonshine. Today we're gonna talk about the Flowbee, how it came about, and of course, we're gonna test it out on my hair. Oh my. And on Patrice. In 1986, the Flowbee was born. Ricky Hunts, not Ricky, it's Rick E. Hunts. Ricky Hunts thought of this. Ricky was a carpenter, is a carpenter. Oh no, he was a carpenter. Rick E. Hunts passed away on July 8th, 2014 at the very young age of 57. Oh my gosh. Well, that will change the mood. This is probably not the right time to say this. In fact, I know it's not the right time to say this, but I do always wonder how people passed away. I wish they made that available because now I'm wondering. So when I pass away, please let people know how it happened, and it better be doing something cool. Well, is there a cool way? Doing something I love. Bowling, had a bowling accident. All right, so Ricky Hunts is no longer a carpenter, but he was a carpenter just like Jesus. Now it's coming. Full circle, they're together again. He was a carpenter, and he kept getting sawdust in his hair. He would take a vacuum hose and suck the sawdust out of his hair because a shower would take too much time. And then he had the thought, the multi-million-dollar thought, what if a pair of clippers cut the hair and sucked the hair at the same time?
As you can see, it sucks as it cuts. It certainly does suck.
For 7 years, he worked on this in his garage while maintaining his cabinet business. And he actually named this the vacuum cut before he settled on the Flowbee, because according to him, it sounds like a bee. Flowbee, and then he gave it this nice yellow and black design like a bumblebee. So once Ricky was ready to go with this thing, he needed some money. So he sold his cabinet shop, went all in, and got $100,000 from investors. Couldn't be me. How do you ask people for $100,000? Last week, I couldn't find a quarter to put in the shopping cart at Aldi. I couldn't even find the courage to ask a stranger for a quarter, so I drove home. We'll eat tomorrow. We'll figure it out later. I can't even ask for a quarter. So I can only imagine quitting my job, going all in, and asking for $100,000 in the 80s, which is equivalent to any mathematicians out there, let me know. So after he secured the money, he pitched this idea to brands like Conair and Remington, hoping to sell it off to them, and they all said, no, you're crazy, you're nuts. So Rick, being the good guy that he is, said, F it. I can do this by myself. Rick went on to the county fair tour. Is that what you call that? Like a carny, you jump fair to fair to fair to fair. Remember when I lost a tooth eating a turkey leg at the fair? And Rick set up live demonstrations. I mean, I wasn't there. I wasn't born yet. But I imagine it's kind of like they do the ventriloquist or the hypnotherapist. Is that what they're called? When I snap my fingers 3 times, you will jump like a rabbit. 1, 2, shh, from the crowd at the fair. 3. And all 10 of the volunteers do absolutely nothing.
1, 2, 3, eyes open. Excellent job. What was your name again?
Zandalee.
Zandalee. And are you feeling hypnotized?
No, it's stupid.
So I feel like it would be kind of like that, but more engagement, more excitement seeing a vacuum cleaner hooked up to a pair of hair clippers. And honestly, I think it helped a lot that Rick is a good-looking man. We can agree there. And something tells me he liked the attention because there was absolutely no need for a crotch shot during the demonstration.
Many different styled layered haircuts can be achieved by different lengths of spacers. Flowbee also comes with angled spacers for around the ears. To maintain the Flowbee haircutting system, simply put a few drops of oil that come with the system.
Ladies, watch out. He's trying to hypnotize you into buying the Flowbee.
You can set it for different lengths.
So these fair things, they take off. People are amazed you can hook a pair of clippers to a vacuum hose.
Well, I'm very impressed. I can't imagine how it works, but it was a beautiful haircut.
At this time, remember, he's kind of broke. He's still in the garage trying to figure it out. So he takes another huge risk, $30,000, and buys 30 minutes of airtime. And it worked. And by the year 2000, over 2 million Flowbees had been sold. That is a lot. Shortly after that, sales died down until, as fate would have it, we have a worldwide pandemic where all hair salons are closed. And then we have George Clooney going on a very popular late night talk show talking about how he uses the Flowbee or has been using the Flowbee for 20 plus years. So a combination of those two things, sales are back up. Couldn't really find out how much they've made or how much they've sold, but honestly, I think 2 million, I would have been happy with that. I hope Ricky died satisfied. He did a great job turning nothing into something. I personally have always wanted to try one of these, but $250 is too much. And also a lot of the comments say the older version is much better. More better is better. English is hard. Than the newer one they're selling on Amazon, which you can also get on their website. I think it's a little bit cheaper if you do that. So again, we have the 1993 Flowbee from eBay. The outer box is still in fantastic shape. You've got Ricky here and here again. So easy a child could do it. Comes with a VHS.
Welcome to the exciting world of Flowbee Precision Haircuts.
It's about a 10-minute long video that shows the instructions.
In the next few minutes, we're going to show you how to achieve the kind of haircuts you've always wanted. Our motto? No hassle, no mess.
This is the actual haircutting Flowbee tool. Again, it's got the bumblebee colors, teeth just like you would see in haircutting clippers, on and off button, a very long hose, ladies. And this is the part that will connect to your vacuum. Now, my kit did not come with all the pieces. It's missing the rubber sleeve. This does not fit all vacuums. So the original one and the new ones they're selling now have this rubber sleeve that will connect the two ends together if your vacuum is too large. Way to make it awkward.
If your vacuum doesn't fit tightly, you can use this universal adapter to get a better fit. You may want to use it anyway.
AC adapter, and this plugs in. No, that's wrong. It plugs in here. Original Flowbee warranty card, maintenance instructions, and this is the user manual. These are the lengthening attachments for the Flowbee. It comes with 8. This is the guard, so it's not going to cut any shorter than this. So I only have this original one, but lucky for me, I got a man who can use a computer. And he 3D printed the other attachments that I'm missing. 2 copies, because he knows I am so graceful, I will not drop these. So see, if you wanted a longer haircut or a longer layer, you would need to use the longer one. You can even stack these if you want super long layers like we're gonna do today on my hair, so all the attachments can stack on each other. And to release them, you gently pinch it.
Gently pinch the tabs together while holding the other part at the ends, just like this.
Gently squeeze it. There, do you see that? And it just, ta-da, pulls out. So easy. In my box, we also have a box. These are the end caps to the attachments. It will snap on the foot there. This is the straight one. So this is going to give you a straight cut. This one's missing a little piece, but it should still work. If you want to create a tapered look, you're going to use the angled attachment, and it will be short to long on this side. So that's how you create a fade with your Flowbee. We've got the very clean shop vac, the adapter on the hose. When you turn just the Flowbee on, the teeth move side to side, and that's what's cutting your actual hair and sucking it down into the vacuum. Hose to hose. And we'll use the original attachment first. I think I put this on the wrong one. It should be on this one. That's why it's not coming out. It broke. Okay. Yeah, because it sits like that. Better. My Flowbee, it should still work. Yeah, it'll be fine. Let's turn on the vacuum and then the Flowbee. Wait a second. This keeps falling off, so we are gonna have to super glue it back together, which I already super glued it once because it came broken. I feel like if you weren't staring at me, I'd be able to do this. You're making me nervous. I'm just gonna let that set. So in the meantime, we'll use the angled one for the taper. All right, Patrice, for your mess-free haircut that can apparently be done in under 5 minutes. Got it. couple things. You have to resist the urge, the intrusive thought to put your fingers in here. And the video says to use an up and down motion to get the most suck. But I think if you were taking really long lengths and going shorter like Patrice is here, you would need to chop this off with scissors first.
Do not ever cut more than 1/2 inch at a time. This is very important.
We'll try it on the shorter part. You can see Patrice's hair in here. Let's try it on a piece of my hair. So we're gonna stack the Flowbee up. One moment while I load my Flowbee. So the layer on my hair is gonna be this long. Let's measure it to make sure that's fine. Oh. All right, ready? I'm thinking at this rate, you could just put a pair of clippers, tape it to the vacuum hose, and do it at the same time. I'm sure the new Flowbee holds this part better. Please don't make me this angry on a Sunday. It's just like Legos. Stay. Oh, look, there it is. Okay, so it cuts human hair better than, oh, that's a lot shorter than I thought that was gonna be. Well, what did you expect? Okay, so I've got this nice new layer. That is actually really cool. More for shorter haircuts, obviously, or unless you're doing a mullet. We'll just blend that together and it will create some volume. That was fun. I could see how this would be very beneficial, saving money, but you would need practice. He says so many times, watch the video twice.
It's highly recommended that you watch this video all the way through at least once before doing anything.
I'd watch it 10 times just to be sure, but I like it. It was nice to unearth this artifact. So thanks for joining me for whatever this is. Couldn't do this without you. This is basically your Flowbee. You paid for this Flowbee by watching whatever ridiculous ads they're gonna throw up here.
Do you hate yourself and your family, but hate haircuts even more? Introducing the Flowbee Precision Haircutting System.
Let me know your thoughts, likes, dislikes in the comment box, and I will see you next Sunday.